What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Rip City Rundown podcast. Post 1 week hiatus. Sorry, guys. We were thinking about making it two, but the Blazers reeled us back in last night, just slightly with a win, 114-110 over the Pacers. I personally have given my thoughts over a game recently. I made that quick video talking about the Blazers Bucks game. If you're listening on Spotify and you didn't see that one, go check it out on YouTube. But we'll kind of be recapping the first game against Damian Lillard, as well as just instead of recapping individual games, just kind of just now that we're a month into the season, just looking at this season as a whole and has anything changed from when we started this year and what to expect going forward. So, welcome back, guys. How you doing, Cody, on this fine Tuesday night?
Yep. Apologize for my ass microphone. I left it back in Portland at home for Thanksgiving break. I'm doing all right. It's kind of a depressing time to be a Blazer fan. I mean, as I'm as we're speaking, I'm just looking at our schedule and our previous games so that I could talk about it for the podcast. There's a lot of L's on my phone right now. In fact, the whole screen is almost covered in L's. I see two W's. Utah, Indiana. I've watched games here and there, beginning to end, but my interest is slowly diminishing as the Blazers just continue to. But then again, we're expected to stink. I'm doing all right. Wes, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's nice to come back and talk some Blazers. I know we've seen some beautiful basketball this season. I'm just kidding. No, it's been tough. We did beat the Pacers last night, which was nice. Yeah, I really this is probably the ever since before Dame, like the last season I was this disinterested in a team was probably like 2011, or 2012 before Dame
Partly
got
because you were
drafted.
probably 13 years old. That's probably part of the reason.
I was like 10, 11.
Yeah.
I yeah. So yeah, it's been definitely like you said, Cody. It's expected. This is part of our process here to try to get back to being good. It does require a few years of futility. However, doesn't make it suck any less. And I can't tell you how many times this season I've already seen us in the fourth quarter go scoreless in like 8 minutes of play. So bad. It's so
Yeah.
bad. But that's how you lose games. And at least we're like we were 3-3, and of course here came the positive people after 3-3. I didn't let myself fall in that trap this time. And what are we, 5-11, 4-11,
5-12, something like that.
five and
Five.
twelve,
Yeah.
Or
Some
5-12.
five and
already
12,
17 games in. Good. We're getting toward the end. Love that.
right? Because we beat the Jazz, we blew out the Jazz actually, and then of course beat Indiana last night. Um, I think I don't want to be too like Debbie Downer in this podcast because after all, we are Blazer fans. We're not here to rip on the team. So if you guys could dig deep into the depths of your brain, and can you say something positive about this team so far? What do
Um,
you like? What do you like? A month in.
some things that I've liked. Okay, yeah, this is good. I say we give some things we like and some things we don't like. I think it'll be a little easier to come with the things we don't like, but things we like. Okay, hold up. I gotta think.
I'll just say Shaden Sharp straight up, just continuing
Yeah.
to be that offensive and defensive piece we wanted him to develop to into the season. Like mentioned last,
That's
why are you
funny.
laughing?
No, I was just gonna say like Sharp's been good, but even recently Sharp's been booty.
Well, not really, kind of,
I
but
mean,
um,
yeah.
we're picking up whatever the
you
word
know,
is.
unlucky, but I didn't happen to catch the games that we won the last 2 weeks, only losses. So maybe my perspective's a little different, but that Milwaukee game was atrocious. Hey, we're not talking about that. We're talking about positives. Okay, we're talking about positives. I don't have any.
I was gonna say you're just walking in circles right now, my guy.
I think I could piece one together here. I think I like that Scoot came back and now he's playing. No, Scoot came back. He's wearing the goggles now. I think
Hate
that's
it.
kind of I think it's kind of a cool look.
It got old.
I feel like Scoot in the 80s would be so good.
You don't need to shoot.
You don't need to shoot. You have the goggles. You can kind of just literally you don't need to shoot. So
He's
other
playing
than
like
that, like
his 3-point percentage has risen since he's been back.
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, he was 1 for 18 before he got hurt.
Nowhere to
God
go
Yeah.
but
think it
up,
was going to
you
go
know?
up.
You
God
know what
think
they
it was going
say.
to go up.
Actually, if I'm being more serious of what I've liked, I don't know. I'll probably just say the Chumani Kamara, Jabari Walker
That's
tandem.
the easiest one.
It's
I'll
the
take
easiest
that
one
too.
because it's such low hanging fruit. They've both been a pleasant surprise, especially Kamara. Just
Gotta go
what
with
you
it.
got from him, what we thought we were going to get from him coming back from the trade. I really didn't know him that well, and then of course he is becoming our starting three. I also think Matisse is playing good. Matisse had some nice plays in the Pacer game last night. The positive about this team is we're not like losing games
Not like the
where we're giving
Pistons.
up 140. Like we actually can play a lick of defense
Yeah, that's
now.
good. That's actually a good positive.
We can play some defense now. I feel like most of the games I'm watching are, it's like 100 and it's like 100 to 100 late in the game. And then, the fouls and everything might take it over 110, but it's not like it's 115 at like early fourth and Dame's having to hit 3 after 3 because we can't stop, you know, the Rockets.
I got a good positive.
What's your positive?
Anthony Simons has some pretty good fits
Mm,
on the sideline. In all seriousness, no,
sus.
though
Little
this is a
sus.
positive and a negative, because I'm just wanting to see more of guys that are the future of this team and not just the veterans. But with the Anthony Simons injury, Malcolm Brogdon playing, he has been playing well, and he has definitely, especially since coming into the season, we thought he was going to be. I mean, he was not getting like other teams weren't taking him in trades because of this injury, and no one knew what was going on. He looked terrible in the playoffs last year. He's looked really good this year, and he's risen his trade value a lot. I hope we take advantage of that. I really don't see a reason to keep him post trade deadline because you got to think at that point, Scoot's getting comfortable. You obviously are going to have Anthony
You'd
back.
hope.
But on the other hand, it's getting. I know it's not realistic, but I just want to see more Scoot. And of course, when Anthony comes back, I just want to see more guys. Like, for example, I'm a Panthers fan. The only reason I'm having any joy watching the Panthers is because I just want to see growth from Bryce Young, and I want to see him continue to get better. And that's the only reason I watch. If it was when Andy Dalton started in week
And
3, I
you
didn't want
might
to Dalton. I
and
didn't want to watch.
you might bite at +3.5.
Take a bite. But
I would say.
I think the reason we would enjoy watching this team more is if Scoot was looking better. When Anthony's back, we'll have a little more fun watching because we know they're part of the future. Seeing Jeremy chuck, even though he's coming off a great game, seeing him chuck a lot of shots, seeing Brogdon chuck a lot of shots, the ball hog bros, it's getting, I don't want to say annoying, but that I think I've given my thoughts. I don't have an exact word
The
for
ball hog bros. That's good.
So if I just looked at some stats while you guys were talking.
Good work, stat guy.
If we were to continue with our offense and defense the rest of the season, this season we are a 15th rated defense, the best defensive rating since before 2010, we'll say for sure. That's shocking. I guess that's just the athleticism and youth, but when you lose 100 times, it doesn't feel that way that your defense is that good, but that is the reality, what the stats say. I know the sample size is low. We do have the worst offense in the I almost said the USA. I almost said the USA in the NBA by a whole
And
point. And the USA. We have the worst offense by a whole point, so things kind of swapped from the whole Dame era, which is kind of just a funny thing.
All right, let's talk. Well, yeah, you got him.
Before we flip into the negative side, which we're still kind of being negative in the positives here, but one positive for the future, because of course not a lot of positives in the present, is that I like that we flipped this offense defense. Like I'd rather right now, if we're not going to win, I'd rather at least be competitive on the defensive end because it's much easier in this league to find shooting than it is to find like good defenders. Like I've said this before. This is not a knock, or I'm not calling Bradley Beal like not good, but it's easier to find a player with a similar build as Bradley Beal than it is as Toumani Camara. Bradley Beal is clearly better than Toumani Camara, but Toumani Camara is more of like there's less guys in the league that are as effective defensively or as pesky as Toumani Camara is. There's so many dudes in the league who can shoot. Cam Thomas has ridden Pine for 3 years, and now he was like scoring 40 a game. It's riding Pine.
It's a great point. If we have, as a young team, defense is more important than offense. So
Yeah,
that's a good point. And that's what I'll say about that.
yeah. I mean, you have to. I feel like every champion in the past 10 years. I know I just literally launched the Blazers into champion talk, but you got to be you're gonna have to be a good defense at some point. So you might as well build the framework now. I mean, I can assure you that guys like Scoot and Shaden are not helping. They're probably a net negative on defense right now, and they can only get better. Just like how Simons was the worst like rated defender in the league 3 years ago. Now he's not. Like this team is young. I mean,
He's
you
not
can't be a bad
last.
defender if you can't be a bad defender if you're not playing.
Yeah,
So
can't get worse if you're already the worst.
bang, that's all right. The offense can't. The offense can't. It can't get worse than what it is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could.
Good.
I want to ask
Yeah.
just a general question. Again, super hard to tell because I can't tell. But are you getting any reads on Chauncey right now that are making you sway one way or the other? Because it really sucks that he's in his 3rd year and we still have zero opinion on him.
I'm kind of getting swayed to. I like him. I think because
Elaborate.
I think he's like a development guy, and I think while like we're going to be terrible like record wise, I think development wise I think he's really taking this to heart, and he's expending a lot of energy and effort into and pouring into the young guys, which I think is good. We'll see. He'll get judged on if those benefits get reaped in 2026, 2025, when we kind of push the chips in, so to speak. But right now, I think he's embracing the challenge. Kevin and Lamar on the broadcast the other night were talking about like even after like the buzzer against the Pacers, like he was like harshly coaching, like might have been Scoot, like you need to be doing this, like, and he's not letting an opportunity go by where he could, have a teaching moment or something. So I like him for that reason.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting because I think we can all agree we're not going to be a playoff team most likely next year, probably the year after that. And that'll be year 5. That'll be Chauncey's final year. I don't want to look too far ahead, but it is just the timing of that contract and give him 5 years when I would assume he didn't sign up to start a rebuild in year 3. It just makes things kind of murky. It's weird. I just want to get an opinion on him. Really,
Would you call that bad ownership? You're familiar with bad ownership, Cole?
Yeah, don't get me started on bad ownership. I don't even know what I would call that because he got hired by Neil.
Right.
Which we forget. Yeah, Neil.
We already know. Like we don't need to have a debate if Neil's bad or not. Like I think we know the answer there.
Yeah.
I think it's an unwritten rule to fire someone if they haven't had a chance yet. So no matter what anyone's opinion might be on Chauncey, I don't think that his job is in any jeopardy as long as this team is bad. This team will have to be a playoff team before any decisions around that are made. And as of right now, I think we can only judge, like Wes said, the little things and his character as a whole. And so far, I like him as a person, and that's all I can like him for right now is as a person thus far. So,
dude,
I'll agree with you.
Doesn't it feel like he just moons ago when we were having to like read everything about like Chauncey's past when he got hired?
Yeah, and people were saying like, "Oh my gosh,
Hey,
he did this
folks,
in 1996."
Folks, you heard it here first. Cody said Chauncey's a good person.
Gosh, you're getting flamed for that in the comments. I cannot believe you said that.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
Wait,
well, is Josh Giddey a
what
good
comments?
person? Yeah, guys, we have no views right now. That's what.
It's fine. It's not about
on your neck.
we just got to keep making the content. We're having an off record conversation on the podcast right now. So let's move on.
Since we're already starting to slide into them, just give me some negatives. What has been the just most disappointing thing this season, other than just
Where do you want to
sucking?
start?
All right, let's go player by player.
No, I think you can start here. I think the reason why many people are upset and why I don't like watching this team right now is because, like Cody said, our offense is literally last in the association.
So is my
Okay.
favorite football team.
And exactly. But the reason why it's so tough for the Blazers is we're the worst offense, but it's not because our young guys can't score. It's because literally the ball hog bros
No,
are
but
out here.
I think if we just gave it to the young guys, it would be the
No,
same.
but I'm asking you, would you rather watch Jeremy Chuck or Scoot Chuck?
No, yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I just think there's needs to be a little more of a happy medium.
That's fair.
It cannot be just scooting the young guys because that'll be a train wreck and like confidence
No,
is a real
you
thing.
need Brogdon and you need those guys to initiate offense.
But like for example,
why can't we run stuff for
if
Scoot?
we don't care about winning and if we're gonna go ahead and lose the Bucks game, can we lose on Scoot trying to make a play with 30 seconds left instead of whoever it was, Brogdon trying to make a play?
Exactly.
Brogdon tried to drive
Thank
on
you.
Giannis, bro. Like, what are you doing?
That's what I'm trying to say. And he got the foul call too before they
Yeah, it obviously wasn't a foul.
Dude,
But like
Cody, did you said you were watching that game?
Yeah.
Dude, I was having so usually when I watch games, and let's say the other team has a wide open three, I'll be like, oh, please miss. This is definitely we got to get a miss here. Watching Dame get a wide open three, I was like, that's cash.
dude, that step back he had, he ended up going. It was short, but Brogdon was sent on that
I was
step back.
I was like, do I cheer? Do I cheer for that?
Yeah.
3 years ago, I'd be like, he's so good. And now I'm like, I'm experiencing that. No.
He's just sent Brogdon to Lake Michigan. That was such a good step. That was so just nutty to watch. Wait.
That's so fruity to watch.
No, I was what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know, but it was beautiful.
That was great. That was beautiful. That was fun.
Nutty is what he said.
Nutty.
Yeah,
that's so fruity to watch.
Doesn't mean what you think actually. A lot of people use that term, and it doesn't actually, Anyway,
wait, what else would it mean?
We know.
Cody, what else would it mean?
Stop.
It's just a literate term that Gen Z users use. But anyway, I was rooting for Dame secretly. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not secret anymore.
He smoked a layup. That was kind of funny. You guys see that? He just smoked a wide open. Or you didn't watch the game?
No, I watched it.
Do you think there's I was thinking about this, it was his first time playing us, and it was probably weird for him to see a Portland jersey not try to let him score. So I feel as he plays us more and more, he's just gonna cook us more and more.
Yeah.
Because he'll just he'll just get comfy. All Dame has to do is just, instead of seeing the 5 guys on the floor, he just thinks it's 5 Joes, and he'll cook.
Mm-hmm.
That man hates Joe, bro. Hates Joe.
Who wouldn't after?
Speaking of,
he did.
This is what we'll wrap up the podcast with. We got a little temperature check on Chauncey. What's the temp check on Joe?
Neutral. Nothing's changed.
I mean, nothing will change for a long time. So.
Yeah. Gosh, I cannot believe some people thought this team was playing caliber. Imagine being those fans, how depressed they would be. I already feel a little depressed, even though I knew this was going to happen.
Cole, you don't know how depressed Cody and I were when we said the Blazers are legit boys.
Yeah, I was still pretty depressed.
Last year,
but at least I didn't say it live on the pod.
Yeah,
but seriously,
gotta get the juices going.
Gosh, man, rebuilds just suck. I think on the bright side, though, we are seeing in the NBA some rebuilds come to fruition. Look at the Magic and look at the Thunder. Those are two of the most prime. They had the first and second overall pick back in 2021 when they got Chet and Paolo. So they're 2 years after having the number 1 overall pick, they're in the playoffs. Say we get the number 1 pick next year, No playoffs. No play. The 2026. We're in the playoffs.
I just need us to draft a big this class or next class.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Look.
Cooper Flag,
Yeah, facts. He would fit perfectly in Portland.
you would.
That's all.
I'm gonna be honest. That's all I got, boys. I just wanted to give a little, just hear a little temp check from you guys. Don't really talk much Blazers with you guys. Any off the trail
We're
stuff?
cooked.
Any
We're
ducks?
cooked for the in-season tournament.
Yeah, we are. I
Alright.
think we played our final game in that.
Word.
Let's talk ducks.
I could. Yeah,
No,
Cody, you
we-
gonna?
Cody, you know
Yeah.
Jackson Shellstead got some PT the other night with Oregon.
I know. I saw. I was watching.
Hold on. We don't care about
Home.
Oregon basketball.
We don't, but I just thought
We
about
don't
that.
need. We don't need to talk about Oregon.
You gonna
We have
watch the
other-
game Friday, Cody?
It's a big game. Yeah, I will.
Good. I think if we win, we're in the playoff. I think.
We definitely are.
Yeah, you
The fact,
can't
that we were
put
still, the
Washington.
fact that we have a Ohio State between Texas and us just
That was
says
crazy.
everything.
That was crazy.
So,
So you guys are coming. We are not going to the Spurs game, viewers. We're going to there's 5 games before Christmas. All at Motor Center the week before Christmas. I'm not sure which ones we will be attending. No more Victor talk though. And that what made me say this in the first
I
place
know.
was, will the Ducks be playing while you guys are here at all in Portland or not? No. Okay.
if
That's
we
what I
were
thought.
coming normal time and we're staying through New Year's, then yeah, but
Anyway,
gosh, that would have been hype.
let's just
Well,
not
they
a-
gotta win
not a
first
fun-
on Saturday.
not a game,
Friday.
but kind of a game. Just choose the game you would want to go to the most while you guys are here.
It's off the
Versus all at Moda versus Dallas versus Golden State versus Phoenix versus Washington Wizards. Which
Okay.
game?
trail. Phoenix.
I would want to see Phoenix so I could just chirp the piss out of Nurk. The one
And I
I,
wanna
would,
see-
I would rather see the
wanna see KD.
Wizards than the Mavericks, dude. We went to that Mavericks game. Oh my gosh, they're so annoying to play against.
Yeah, they just shoot. Actually,
Actually, Kyrie would be cool to see. And I saw the Wizards this year already. JP stinks. Who's the other
Hornets.
team? Oh, Warriors. That would be funny. Chirp Clay. Clay's been in his feels recently. Clay's like you on Fort these days, right, Cody?
Completely washed.
There's a dog in 26, dog in 2017, but just washed now.
yeah, everyone's
Just-
washed at some point.
We do have their pick. Cody, can you tell me where the Warriors are in the standings? What's
We're
the
a
record?
We're a washed channel because of our views. Warriors are 10.
10. What's the record? I mean,
They're 8 and 9.
wouldn't that be
It's
nice
top-
if we could get
Is it top
top
5
four
protected?
top 4 protected? So we get 5 through 30. Joe
Wait,
could be
we want
if we get a top 15 picks. Come on now.
We want them to
Lottery
lose.
picks?
Yeah, we have the Warriors pick unless it is the 1st through 4th overall pick. So unless they suck. So
That's
we
the
want them to
Warriors.
be lottery, just not.
So we want Steph to get hurt.
The Warriors will be making the playoffs. There's no way.
Yeah, it's fine. But
I don't know, dude.
all right, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the abrupt cut. We had an emergency in the middle of the pod, so peace out, guys.